Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. Wanted to make a video about Bitcoin hitting an all-time high. Bitcoin finally broke through the $20,000 mark, which was the all-time high. And you know, we saw it take off, and it just has no end in sight really. We've seen it go all the way up to almost 42,000. Now it's chilling over 30, and you know, looking to chill over 35. And it's simply remarkable when you think about over periods of time, just simply buying and holding Bitcoin, how much it increases. And not very long, I heard one statistic say that if you would have bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin on the first day of Trump's office, the day he left office, that was worth $55,000. So in just 4 years, you could have 55x'd your money by putting it into Bitcoin. I don't know any other place that was doing that kind of thing during that time period, that level of exponential growth. And then we look now, and Bitcoin is rising. In other metrics, it's like the 16th most valuable world currency by market cap. So I mean, it's worth more than a lot of companies on the S&P 500 now, and even the stock market and things. And there's just no end in sight. This thing is an absolute behemoth. There continues to be less available in the market, simply because we've had the halvening event back in May, and then now we're seeing the demand only increase ever since then, and literally the supply is cut in half, and we see just massive shortages across all exchanges, and people having trouble acquiring these larger amounts, and it's simply not there, not available to be taken. And you know, as soon as people start to realize that, and they start to really run on this, that's when the elasticity and those 8 decimals past the zero to the right start to really show their capability, and start to see prices really start to elevate, and just really start to expand from where they are now. Even, you know, we could still be looking at another potentially 10x from where we're at in Bitcoin to where we hit the actual peak. And you know, a lot of that is going to be very dependent and determinant on a product by Block One, and being able to scale Bitcoin to where transaction fees are similar to EOS, or if they're not, they're very manageable. You know, like a regular trade would be basically on like a typical platform. If you were on Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or Fidelity, any of those like one-time fees, or it's like $12.99, or I don't know how much it is, but you know, however much, EOS can make the transaction fees similar to how it operates, and then you know, the company offering the product would pick up that spread on the fee. That's how they're going to make all their money. That's why they're going to make billions, because they're going to advertise this, and they're going to push it, and they're going to have the product, and they're going to have 2,000 Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin's sitting at 100,000, you know, how many people out there with their phone apps are going to be, you know, dropping 100,000s on things? Not too many people, so you'll have to be buying tiny fractions, and they'll be collecting the fees on those. But we're seeing all-time highs, everything. The fundamentals in Bitcoin have never been better. They're always getting better. And it's the one true constant with Bitcoin and with EOS. Just the fundamentals always are getting better. Every day, every block that is verified and confirmed and irreversible, is another just absolute tranche forward in the march for hard money and free money, and the ability for central banks is taken away that much more every day. So I just want to put that out there, that this Bitcoin all-time high is still just the beginning, guys. There's so much coming, and people have really just no idea. I mean, we're starting to see we saw the first $10,000 move within a 24-hour period. I put on my Twitter, it was like December, Christmas Eve of 2019, I put that I wanted the 2020 Christmas to bring $10,000 swings, and the first $10,000 price swing within a 24-hour period happened like the second week of January. I was like 3 weeks off. I mean, absolutely crazy. And I'm not saying I called it or nothing like that, but I'm saying I called it. So it's just pretty nuts when you start to think about the stuff that's coming ahead, and how we're where we are and people don't necessarily see it or believe it. And then when we get there, we'll be looking back like, why wasn't I buying everything I could at $40,000? And that sounds absolutely crazy, because we were just under 20, and now even a pullback to 30 would seem like Bitcoin's absolutely crashing. So these all-time highs are going to start messing with people's heads, and the money is going to start flowing in a way that most of us have never seen. And so staying mentally and emotionally stable as far as objectively, and just not letting that emotion take control, is going to be very, very important and very key. So Bitcoin's all-time highs are going to be coming even further, and great times ahead. Keep that in mind. Stoffel Baker out.